Imagine for a moment a life where no storm outside could shake the calm inside your heart, where chaos swirls around you, yet your soul feels as still as a quiet lake at sunrise. Sounds almost impossible, right? But what if I told you that the secret of inner peace, ISNT, something hidden in faraway temples or found only by wise monks, something much closer than you think? And today, through a story, I want to show you exactly where it is. So sit back, take a deep breath, and allow this story to speak to your soul. Once, in a small village, surrounded by rolling hills and thick forests, there lived a young man named Arif. Arif had everything most people dream of: a healthy body, a supportive family, and a farm that provided more than enough for his needs. Yet, he felt restless. His heart carried a quiet storm, a constant unease that no amount of work or comfort could silence. Every morning he woke up with the same question burning in his chest: why do I feel so empty? The villagers admired him. They thought he was lucky. But inside, Arif felt like he was drowning in noise. His thoughts wouldn't stop, his worries wouldn't fade, and even in moments of laughter, he felt a shadow hanging over him. One day, unable to bear it any longer, he decided to seek answers. He packed a small bag, locked his house, and set out on a journey to find the secret of inner peace. His first stop was a bustling city. He believed that maybe wisdom could be found in wealth and success. He met a rich merchant, a man whose house was filled with gold, silver, and treasures from across the seas. Arif asked him, "Sir, you have everything anyone could want. Tell me, what is the secret of peace?" The merchant laughed and replied, "Peace, my boy. Peace is having enough wealth so you never have to worry again. Work hard, earn gold, and your worries will vanish." Arif stayed with the merchant for a few weeks, helping with his business, watching him carefully. But soon he noticed something troubling. The merchant was never at rest. He was anxious about prices, fearful of thieves, and suspicious of his own servants. His nights were sleepless, his meals tasteless, and his heart restless. Arif realized, wealth alone cannot bring peace, so he left the city and walked toward the mountains. There, he met a famous scholar, a man respected for his knowledge and books. Surely, Arif thought, wisdom must be the key. He asked, "Teacher, you have studied all the great texts. Please tell me, what is the secret of peace?" The scholar smiled gently and said, "Peace comes from knowing more than others. When you understand the mysteries of life, you rise above suffering." Arif was inspired. He stayed in the scholar's library, reading from dawn till midnight, learning history, philosophy, and poetry. His mind grew sharp, his memory stronger, yet his heart was still heavy, because every new answer raised 10 new questions, and the more he knew, the less certain he felt. So once again, Arif left. This time, he went deeper into the wilderness. He heard of a monk who lived in silence by a hidden lake, far from all distractions. Maybe, Arif thought, peace is in isolation, in escaping the world. He found the monk meditating under a tree. With great respect, Arif bowed and asked, "Master, please, I have searched everywhere. What is the secret of peace?" The monk opened his eyes and said softly, "Peace comes when you cut yourself off from the noise of the world. Abandon your desires, forget relationships, and live in silence. Only then can you be free." Arif admired the monk's calm face, his slow breathing, his simple life, so he stayed with him. Days turned into weeks. He meditated, he fasted, he sat in stillness. But soon, his heart began to ache, not from hunger, but from loneliness. He missed the laughter of children, the warmth of his mother's food, the joy of being part of life. The silence brought him calm, yes, but also a deep emptiness. Confused and weary, Arif sat by the lake one evening and whispered to himself, "Wealth couldn't give me peace. Knowledge couldn't give me peace. Even silence hasn't given me peace. Where then is it hidden?" And then, as the sun dipped behind the hills, painting the lake in gold, something happened. A group of villagers appeared, laughing as they helped one another carry firewood. One man stumbled, and immediately the others rushed to lift him up, dust him off, and continue walking together. Arif watched them closely. Their clothes were simple, their hands rough, their lives hard. Yet they laughed, they sang, and their eyes shone with light. In that moment, it struck him like lightning. Peace wasn't something to be chased in wealth, or buried in books, or locked away in silence. Peace was not out there, it was inside. It was the way you chose to see life. Arif realized he had been running everywhere except into his own heart. Peace came not from controlling the world, but from accepting it. Not from avoiding storms, but from learning to stay calm within them. He returned to his village, but this time with new eyes. When the rains ruined his crops, he smiled and planted again. When neighbors argued, he listened with patience instead of anger. When his thoughts grew restless, he breathed deeply and reminded himself, "Peace is here if I choose it." And slowly, that storm inside him quieted. His soul, once restless, became steady like the lake at sunset, reflecting the beauty of life without clinging to it. So my friend, let me ask you, have you been searching for peace in the wrong places too? Maybe you've been chasing money, or filling your days with endless information, or even isolating yourself, hoping silence would heal you. But the truth is, peace begins the moment you stop chasing. It begins when you turn inward and remember that you already carry the calm you seek. Inner peace is not the absence of problems, it's the presence of acceptance. It's knowing that no matter what storms rage outside, you have the power to stay grounded within. So tonight, before you sleep, take a breath, place your hand on your heart, whisper to yourself, "I am enough, I am safe, I choose peace," and see how your soul begins to soften. If this story touched your heart, if it reminded you of something you've been searching for, I invite you to carry its message forward. Share it with someone who needs a little calm in their life today. And if you want more stories that speak not just to your mind, but to your soul, make sure to subscribe to this channel, like this video, and leave me a comment with your thoughts, because sometimes all it takes is a simple story to awaken the peace that was within you all along.